DTM Race 2 across the Norisring weekend. As the lights went green, it was an all-Ferrari front row. Arjun Maini looking very lively right at the start of the race. So as they headed into turn one for the first time of asking, it remained Ferrari P1 and P2, with Thomas Preining looking very lively as well in the Porsche, but all heck was breaking out loose behind, with Marco Wittmann into the barriers and the two Lamborghinis involved as well. That would bring out the red flag, regrettably. And in replay, you can see here, it's always a funnel and a pinch point through turn one. And Marco Wittmann, who probably enjoys more support here at the Norisring than any other driver, the local driver from Fort, being caught out. Nicky Team and Mirko Bortolotti also involved in that, and one or two other drivers as well being called out in that early skirmish, which would bring out the red flag and bring the race to a premature stop. When we were able to go back to racing, then the safety car would peel off, and that would allow the two Ferraris that were P1 and P2 to make haste their escape, being chased by Thomas Preining. So it was Thierry Vermeulen leading from the car of Aitken, running in P2, and then Thomas Preining and Arjun Maini. So Vermeulen, Aitken, Preining, Maini, as you can see from the graphics on the left-hand side of your screen. DTM Race 2 of the weekend, and plenty going on as we rode on board with Ricardo Feller. Now, Lucas Auer, of course, championship leader, being overtaken there. We ride on board with Lucas Auer to see two cars having gone through on his inside. Championship leader wanting to bank as many points as possible to try and protect his position in the Drivers' Championship. And there in replay, you can see a little touch from Ricardo Feller on the Lamborghini. And then there was an errant wheel.
The car, are you all fine?
And that came from the Fabio Scherer car. So would limp that back to the pits. Three wheels on our wagon here. Championship predictor, Auer, Aitken and Pepper, and strife for Luca Engstler. And this was where the strife for Luca Engstler came about. Contact there from the number 29 car on the back of Luca Engstler meant that his race was done and dusted. Meantime, this was for the lead of the DTM Race 2. We ride on board with Jack Aitken looking back at Thomas Preining. Was it all going to be done potentially in the pit stops, which would open in just moments? Well, Thomas Preining initially getting by, and Aitken really defending. And there, as you can see, Thomas Preining just going wide, just played into the hands of Jack Aitken to take that P1 position back again. Let's rely on the team to do the work potentially here. Thomas Preining, of course, having done a great job out on track. Would they have done enough in the pit stops? The story fascinating in this DTM race as the car is released and runs down the pit lane now at a pedestrian speed. Here comes Thomas Preining. Dives to the inside. He's on warmer tyres, but they're not up to temperature yet. Runs wide, and therefore the Ferrari goes through, but surely Thomas Preining will be able to have another go. And sure enough, have another go he did. You could hear the roar from the crowd, who were enjoying a truly phenomenal DTM race here at the Norisring. And gradually he eked out a superb margin over Jack Aitken and Thierry Vermeulen.
Yes, mate. It's it. That's it. Very good job. Very good job. That's P1. We are back. We are back. Very good. Very good. Maximum cool down. Maximum cool down. Stay hydrated and collect the stones exit T1. Superb job.
Thomas Preining, race winner, congratulated by his team. His father Andreas here as well. In fact, his family here. And confirmation that Thomas Preining taking the win from Jack Aitken and Thierry Vermeulen. Ahead of Maro Engel, Arjun Maini, Ben Green, René Rast, Lucas Auer, Jordan Pepper and Jules Gounon. The top 10 from DTM Race 2.